it's Rob here and welcome to the Parts Bag C episode of my build series on my new Tamiya Saint Dragon on the Thundershot chassis or derivative of, and we're starting with step 28, which is basically centering the servo. So I've got my remote. We power that on. I've just paired this receiver up and we turn everything on, and then just to check, yeah, everything's working. So that should have centered the servo, so we can turn it off, and then we need to get the parts, and we need to line this up as best as possible, like so. And then, as per usual with me, I'm getting rather forgetful the older I get, because I'm almost 61, you know. Right, and then we join the servo saver together, hopefully. Which looks like quite a tight fit, thank you. And then that bit goes like so. And yeah, that's not too bad. And then we've got this ball joint. Ooh, we've got that as well, but we'll sort that out in a second. I've got a ball joint somewhere. And we need the Tamiya box wrench things, because I can't be bothered to try and find the right one for this. I think it's that. Yep. And it goes in the centre lower hole, like so. It says taking it off, because taking all of it off. That'll do us. If it comes undone, it comes undone. So we pop it back over, not forgetting the spacer, which is part number P1, and then I believe that screw will fit, which is actually the BA4 that it suggests. And there we go. And of course nothing happens. How weird. But there we go. We're all set up for the next step, so I'll take all of this apart and we can move on to 29. First part of step 29 is actually installing the servo, and it shows you two ways of mounting these B11 servo mount blocks, and I've done some measuring and mine's just about 20 mil. We doesn't say here, so what I've done is I've decided to go for the more than 20 mil, because I do believe from memory it was slightly deeper than that. So I've already installed them, and we just need to mount it into the actual chassis. So it mounts in that hole, that thing, and this hole here, and we need 12 mil self tappers with a washer and 3 hands. So let's just see if we can do it. Oh, there we go. So one hole, just get the screw going, yep, and then let's find the second locating hole if I can. Slide down, come on, there it is. Somewhere there I think. And then we need to tighten that up, and then we can move on to the second part, which is installing the ESC and the receiver. I've installed the ESC and the receiver as per the diagrams roughly already. I've even routed the 2.4 gig aerial through where the wibbly wobbly should go, but we'll leave that for the moment. So we can quickly move on to step 30, which looks like it's something to do with the battery holders. So it's just a simple task of popping them over, and then with an 8mm self tapper and washer we just screw into one side there, and then we come round here and we do the same but on the opposite side. And then we've got these body mounts to go on, and they go hither and yeah, that word, like so, and they are blooming long screws. So I'll get them all tightened up, and we can move on to some turnbuckles. Step 31 is making up the turnbuckles for the steering rods, and they are actual proper turnbuckles. And if you look at it here, the one with the long gap between the adjuster nut is counterclockwise screwing in, so you have to screw it in by turning it as if you were undoing it. And the one with the thread all the way up is normal clockwise. And then I've already made this one up to be 14mm, so I'll carry on with that one, because you don't want to sit here watching me screwing ball ends up. So give me 2 minutes. Okay, 32 is attaching the steering rods and stuff and things. Now for this, make a note of the orientation of these, so then when you're trying to make any adjustments, it'll be righty shorten, lefty lengthen. Hey, there you go. So that's all there, like so. We need to make these two arms up there B7s, and we need to pop in a nut somehow. Come on. There we go. And then screw in a ball connector, and same thing for the other side. And then we also need to check here, and I'm going to do this one, so with it that way round, I need to screw in a ball connector. We then need one of these brass steering posts, as it's called.
Holy poop, Batman.
And then one of these 15mm bolts. And it should slot through. It's not slotting through. Did I miss? No, it's definitely that one. That's the one. And then the odd job, maybe, of popping the flanged screw on, nut on, thing on. Is it on? Yep, right, so that's that on. And then that can come over here, and using my pliers again, popping that on. And there we go. And then again, check the orientation and try and pop this on. Let's see if I can do it with my pliers. There we go. Okay, so I'll crack on a bit and show you the next bit once I've built this one up. Okay, so I've attached all the things very loosely because we need to put this bar in place, and I believe it goes up there somewhere. Let's see if we can do it this way. Right, so it goes in there. There we go. Right, and then we just need to tighten these up. And there we are. That's the steering done. 33 is installing the rear gearbox, and it's a, it says simple case, but we've got 6 screws to screw in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think we can start from the bottom. So we'll tighten them up and have a coffee, I think, and then we do the front one. Step 34 is installing the front gearbox and this rather weird prop shaft, which I think I may be upgrading sooner rather than later, but I haven't had a chance to have a look for one. So it slots in there, and then you need 4 arms for this. I think we need to try and line it up. Oh yeah, I've done it. Woohoo! And then it goes in like so, and then for this one there's just 4 screws. Right, so I believe there's one goes there. and another one goes there, I believe. Yes, and then turn it on this side, and we've got another one on the top there. And then one last one there. And then following on from that, step 35 is sticking this humongous debris firking on, and it goes in that place there with two self tappers. Well, then at the front we've got two 10mm bolts and two 3mm flange nuts again. So I'll get on and tighten all of them up and we can hopefully move on. Okay, so there we go. We have a frame or a chassis or whatever you want to call it, and there's your 4 screws, or 2 screws and 2 nuts and bolts. And the next step is 36 and kind of 37, painting up the driver and installing him. However, I'm going to leave that as part of my bodywork video. So we'll carry on for the minute and see what's next. So really we're going to be doing wheels and installing them on 39 and 40, and I think then that will complete the chassis build. So let's get cracking. And we snip those bits off. And doesn't matter, there's writing on both of them, so we'll just quickly show you one if you can. I don't think I'll bother. There we go, gluing them on. So I'll crack on and show you what's happening, and then show you sticking one on. So later, folks. Okay, so we've got one last wheel to install, and I don't know what it is with Tamiya and their mysterious ways, but rather than having a 12mm hex adapter, we've got this sort of triangular spaceshipy shaped one. But then we still got these pins. So if you did want, you could change that to a 12mm hex adapter and yeah, fit whatever wheels you want. So really don't understand, but there we go. The last nut. And there we have the chassis finished. We'll just zoom out a bit so you can see it a bit better. Well, there we go. One Thundershot chassis, Saint Dragon chassis built in a day. So with that, I'm going to have another coffee. I hope you've enjoyed watching and look forward to seeing you on the next one, which will be the bodywork. So thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.